Hello guys, this is Kirks over here, being the second video of the HTML series. In this video, I am going to tell you some key concepts about the working of internet which I believe you should learn before continuing further with HTML and other web technologies. So let's jump right into the content. In this video, we are actually going to look how internet really works and what is the story behind the internet. We are all now connected by the internet like neurons in a giant brain, once said the famous scientist Stephen Hawking. It's correct, right? From chit-chatting on WhatsApp, seeing one person in some other country through Skype, swiping and scrolling through social media, for works, sending messages, sending emails, we use internet in a huge amount from our daily to daily basis. Internet has become one of the inevitable part of our life. So, what is the thing that makes internet a wonderful invention? Now itself, if you are watching this video on YouTube, you are actually streaming a video which is stored among trillions of videos in YouTube, and you are able to still load the video on your computer. So what is the magic that happens away from all our eyes which makes internet one of the best inventions till date? To make you understand how internet works, I want to narrate you a story. There is a cute looking boy working on his computer and he wants to visit Google to complete his assignments. So he has opened a browser window in his laptop. Let it be any browser, let it be Chrome, let it be Firefox, Safari, Mozilla, let it be anything. So in our case, we can take it as Chrome. So he has opened the browser and he types www.google.com in the URL bar of the browser and presses the enter key. As soon as the enter key is pressed, within 1 or 2 seconds, the entire Google website with its full functionality is loaded in front of him. So the moment he presses the enter key, what is the thing that happens within the browser which makes us able to load such complex and larger sites like Facebook or Google in such shorter time spans? At the moment the boy presses the enter key, the browser doesn't know who google.com is. A browser being a piece of software installed in our PC, it does not collect any data regarding websites or URLs. So, in order to fetch us Google's data, the browser straight away asks the internet service provider or ISP who google.com is. ISP means the internet service provider, essentially the person who provides us internet. We pay our ISPs on a quota basis or time basis, and there are big names in the field of ISPs, and it may vary from place to place, from person to person. If you are using a mobile, your ISP is the mobile internet provider, and if you are using a broadband, your ISP is the provider of the broadband internet, and it changes accordingly. The only job of the ISP is to make us connect to the internet. For telling how internet works, let us actually discuss about what is internet. So if you connect a computer to another computer, you can easily share data between them. So the same concept is used in internet. Internet is a network where billions and trillions of devices are connected together for sharing of the data. So if you are using an ISP and you are connected to the internet, you can also be part of the network, and from that you can easily share and receive data. Now let us come back to our story. Since ISP doesn't know who google.com is and its only job is to make us connected to the internet, ISP directly asks us the DNS servers who google.com is. DNS servers refers to domain name servers who essentially stores data of URLs and their addresses. So we have a phone directory in our house, right? It stores the phone number of the people we know. In the same way, the DNS server stores the address of the URLs. If you type google.com, it will give the address of Google, and if you ask for facebook.com, it will give you the address of Facebook, and for any website, it will have an address for each one of them. In our home, we store the addresses of our contacts as home address or office address. But in the case of internet, the addresses of websites are IP addresses, which are essentially the addresses of the devices in which they are hosted. Hosted means where their codes and files are being stored. IP addresses are nothing but a series of numbers which every device connected to the internet should have, otherwise they can connect to the internet. So every device on the internet should obey the IP protocol for the sharing of data between computers on the internet. IP protocol is one of the protocols that maintains the internet and facilitates easy sharing of data. So let's come back to our story. Our ISP has asked the domain name servers who google.com is, and the domain name servers has the address of google.com, but It does not know him personally. They only have the IP address of google.com or the device in which google.com's files are hosted. So now our ISP has got the IP address from the DNS servers. So our ISP gives that address back to our Chrome who has requested for google.com. Yeah, now our Chrome has the IP address of Google and he can easily collect the data from Google server using this IP address. Now our browser, after receiving the IP address from the ISP, uses this IP address to connect to Google servers where all these files regarding Google website are hosted and try to establish a connection between Google server and our computer. So from the servers, all the files like HTML, CSS, JavaScript related to Google website are given back to our browser, and our browser processes all these files to give us a complete website with full functionality as Google. So guys, that's an end to our story, and I hope that you have understood the entire story of the internet. And I think you might have a doubt here. So instead of using the DNS servers, you might be thinking, why can't we use the IP address directly? Yeah, it's absolutely possible, but the thing is that there are plenty of websites, billions of websites all around the world, and it is not possible for a human to learn all these IP address and remember it without forgetting. So I will show you how it works if you use the IP address for reaching a website. Open the browser and I am going to type 171.217.7.23. That's the IP address of Google, and I am going to press enter. Yeah, that's it. We reached the same, but I think it's a little bit fast than the classic way of typing the domain name, going to the DNS servers and getting the site. So that's an end to our video. Stay tuned and let me watch you on the next video, and bye bye.